You emerge into a nest that doesn't stand. It holds on branches, dry roots, and stubbornness. It's pressed against a bare rock as if built by the wind, not by parents. There's air all around, lots of air. Too much if you think about it. One wrong turn and you're no longer an eagle. You're a statistic while you're in the egg. There's wind, emptiness, and an indifferent sky. You hear the scraping of mother's claws, the cries of birds in the distance, the occasional beat of a wing. Sometimes there is another sound. A rustle, brother, he is near. You feel his pushes even before you hatch. He is already struggling. You are not yet. You are born as you should be. Wet, shaking, helpless. The sky catches your eye for the first time. It is blinding. The world is harsh, too loud. Brother is near. He squeaks stronger, more assertively. You are weaker. By mother comes with a piece of meat and disappears. The wind never disappears. You survive while it's quiet, while no one sees, but it's already started. The nest is not growing, but you are. Every day it becomes more crowded. Your body is gaining feathers. Your wings are growing, but your paws are still shaking. You are not standing. You are balancing, and next to you is he, brother. He lives by the same rules as you eat if you get enough. If you don't get enough, take it away every day. He becomes louder, more confident, heavier. You're quieter, but you watch the wind tears the fluff off both of you. But one always gets more food. Guess who? Mother rarely comes. She doesn't share. She throws a piece of meat, and that's it. Those who are quicker are full. Those who are late squeal. You quickly understand. Being nice doesn't work here. One day, your brother pushes you too hard. You almost lose your balance. Then you peck him on the neck for the first time. Not for long, not much, but enough to shut him up. You haven't become stronger, but you're not transparent anymore. You're an object resisting love. Doesn't live in this nest. The law lives here. If you want to survive, start earlier, even if you only have a couple of days. You stand on the edge. No wall, no support under your paws. Is air under the air, kilometers of falling. The nest is behind your back. It no longer gives you peace. It only gets in the way. It has become a cage. Mother doesn't push. No one teaches. Jumping is not a feat. It's a reflex or the end. You spread your wings. They don't obey. You're not sure of them. Not sure of yourself. Not sure of anything except one thing. You can't sit any longer. You push off. Falling is not like a dream. It is like a blow. The wind hits your chest, your face, your fear. The world shrinks. You wave randomly. Too early, too late. And suddenly, a stream. You feel your body leveling out. Your wings catch the air. You're not flying. You're being carried, but you're alive. You haven't collapsed. You're not earthly. Not anymore. The first flight is not freedom, it is panic. But you are in the sky, and that means everything that follows is now fair. Welcome to the air. Since then, you have been flying, without a destination, without a route, without instructions. The nest is gone. So is your brother. Your mother has disappeared over the horizon, taking with her everything that was ever called closeness. Now, there's only you in the sky. You eat when you can. Sometimes you're lucky, a mouse on a slope, a lizard on a rock. Sometimes you're not, and then the day passes in hunger, and the night in shivering on a bare branch. You don't complain. There's no one to complain to you. Get used to the emptiness. The wind has become your companion. The rocks, your roof, the silence, your habit. Sometimes you try to shout, and you are surprised at how your own voice sounds. It is not menacing, it is alien. You don't know how many days have passed. There are no calendars, no repeats. There are only heights and falls. Sometimes you fly just like that. Not for food, not out of fear, just because there is nowhere to stand. You are a dot in the sky. No enemies, no friends. Just you, the wind, your claws, and the shadow of your own wings. And that's enough. Almost, you're no longer just flying. You're controlling the air. Your body has become lighter, and your movements are more precise. Each wing knows its trajectory. Your claws are strong. Your beak is sharp, like a memory of a nest. Now you are a hunter, not a seeker, but a chooser. A dive is not a jump, but a calculation. You see the victim hundreds of meters away. You wait for the moment you fall without a sound, without a missed strike. That's it. You find a cliff, not a nest, not a home, just a place where the wind blows just right, where you can see. It's not a shelter, but a platform for observation, for power. Someone flies by you, rise worn. Not with words, the wings speak. You feel something awakening in you that used to be instinct. Now, it's a choice. You're not just alive, you're in control. The sky doesn't scare you anymore, it obeys. And yet there is no pride in you, only a cold clarity. You are now what you feared when you were in the egg. You are a predator, but a loner, and that is part of your strength. One day another appears on the horizon, not a mouse, not prey. Just like you, an eagle. He follows your currents as if they were someone else's path. He doesn't hide, he doesn't speed up, he just flies. And that's enough to make everything inside tense up. You don't scream, you don't get closer. Right away, first, circles. testing who's higher, who'll turn first, then getting closer. The body tenses, the wings are outstretched, the gaze is direct. The first throw is a strike pause in the air, the beak misses, you fly apart again. This is not a fight, this is a declaration I am, and a test you too. You collide again and again. The wind whistles, the air tears. No one dies, but someone leaves. Today is not you. You return to your cliff. It now seems a little higher. The air's thicker, and even if nothing has changed, you now know for sure this sky is not only yours, but you are the one who remains, and as long as you are here, it will be yours. Spring doesn't come suddenly, it seeps in. The wind warms, the air smells new, and suddenly you feel someone is near. Not a threat, not a victim. Something else her. You notice her silhouette among the currents. She flies easily, as if she doesn't touch the air. You approach, not straight carefully, wing to wing, not touching, you don't speak. No need, you show yourself. Turns, dives, jerks upwards, almost touching the clouds. She responds in kind, not to win, but to understand. For a few days you circle the cliffs apart, but together then a rapprochement, no shouting, no fighting, just silence and harmony. You choose a cliff, cliff's sun heights, safety, and space. You start building branch by branch, not quickly but with confidence, as if you believe this place is not just a nest. This is a place where you can stay at this moment, you are not alone. And perhaps for the first time, you're not just a predator, you're half of something bigger. There are two eggs in the nest. You look at them silently, they are tiny, fragile, almost motionless. But inside is life yours. Not your continuation, your responsibility. The first few days, you hardly fly. You sit carefully next to her, covering her eggs with your body, squinting in the sun, holding back your anxiety. Your partner brings food. Then you switch everything in a circle. Silent, wary care. And then a crack, a click. The first voice. Weak, hoarse, but desperate. You bend down and see a beak. Then an eye. Then a second. You bring the first food. You tear the flesh with your claws. Feed carefully, one squeaks louder. Pushes, grows faster, and others weaker, and one day you understand only one remains, not interfering. Such is the law. The one who survived became stronger. You no longer hunt for yourself. You dive not because you are hungry, but because you are waited for. You are claws, wings, beak, but also a shadow over the nest, a guardian, a parent, a predator. With a cause, the baby is growing up. He stands on his paws, flaps his wings, screams just like you once did. You look at him, and at that moment, for the first time in a long time, you feel you are not just alone now. You are needed. The years have passed. The nest is empty. The partner disappeared into the currents. You did not watch. The baby flew away. You did not call. Eagles have no farewells, only direction. You still fly, but now the wind seems stronger, or you are lighter. Your claws are dull. Your beak is cracked. Your eyes are not as sharp. You have enough prey, but you do not hunt for strength, only to keep from falling. The young ones appear, more and more often fast, noisy. Sometimes they climb into your sky. You don't enter the battle. You just watch if necessary. You rise higher, where those who are young don't fly, where the air is thinner and thoughts are quieter. You sleep on a cliff, warm, your feathers in the sun, fly little. But when you fly, everything is just as smooth. You don't lose altitude, you just hold it more carefully. You know, soon the wind will lift someone else, and you will become just a breath, a memory, a shadow among the clouds. But for now, you're here alone, high up, eagle. Always, you didn't disappear with a bang. You didn't disappear with a scream. You didn't disappear with a final dive. You just rose higher than usual one day and never came back. No show. No one saw you. Freeze in midair. The current catch you. The sun blind. Their eyes no scream, no wave. You just became part of the sky. No trace, no nest, no tombstones on the ground. No one understood neither the hares nor the mice, nor those who hid under the shadows of your wings. Only one young eagle, rushing through the streams, suddenly slowed down, caught a stream, turned his head, and seemed to feel something emptiness, light, pure. You became not a legend, not a memory, not history. You became the wind. And now when the eagle flies over the cliff again, and the sky trembles again from its shadow, you are still there. Somewhere between the clouds in eternal flight, without boundaries and weight. You were an eagle, and you flew away.